This is a Chucky Beat production.
What is going on YouTube? It's Joe from Petty Fixes, and today I'm joined by my son Micah. He begged to be in the video, kept making noises and stuff. But today we're going to be taking a look at the Corsair Crystal 280X. It's one of the newer cases from Corsair. I got my hands on one. As you can see, it's fully populated with a build already. And we're going to go over some of the features, the specs and everything of this case. Check it out, see how it turns out. Let's go. Corsair is back with the successor for the Air 240 case they debuted a while back. This one's pretty long overdue. Keeping with the heritage of the Crystal series, tempered glass adorns three sides of this case. The case comes in black and white and in two configurations, one with no RGB fans and one with two LL120 RGB fans. Here we're taking a look at the latter variant in white. At 351mm tall, 398mm long, and 280mm wide, this case is definitely on the small side. Along with the front of the case, you can see that there's a tempered glass panel, but the strange thing is that it's not removable. The whole entire panel pops off, with the glass intact. Behind the panel, you'll see a magnetic dust filter that's easily removable. Moving up to the top, there's another glass panel that looks like an extension to the front panel, but this one's actually removable via 4 thumb screws. On the bottom of the glass, there are 4 rubber dampeners that reduce vibration. Underneath that glass panel, there's also another magnetic dust filter that's easily removable. Also, this whole top covering is removable, which shows just bare metal. Not sure exactly why this comes off, but oh well. Moving to the side panel, there's a large tempered glass window that's only held on by 4 thumb screws. These thumb screws are unnecessarily long, and I think Corsair should have made these shorter. It's got the same rubber dampeners on each corner like the top glass panel. All glass panels have a slight tint to it, which isn't too dark, allowing you to see the fans and components pretty clearly. Moving around to the right side of the case, there's a solid metal panel with a dust filter also. You can fit a 120mm fan behind that just in case you want a little extra cooling. The bottom of the case isn't too spectacular. There's another magnetic dust filter and that's about it. Around to the back, there's the hard drive bay, the I/O shield slot, space for a full-size power supply, and 4 PCIe slots. Internally, that's where things get interesting. This case is made for a Micro ATX or an ITX motherboard. As you can see, I chose to go with a mini ITX board in this case to show you how much space is really in this case. It's a pretty spacious case and it's pretty well thought out. Starting at the top, there's space for 2 120mm or 140mm fans, or a 240mm or 280mm radiator. The front has room for 2 120s or 2 140s, or a 240 or 280mm radiator. Also at the bottom, there's room for the same configuration. Keep in mind that if you're populating the bottom with fans, you may run into clearance issues with populating the bottom PCIe slots in your motherboard. There is room for graphics cards up to 300mm long. Cooler height is limited to only 150mm, so choose wisely with your air coolers. There are plenty of rubber grommets for cable management also. The top grommet may be covered by the Micro ATX board, but the mini ITX board leaves this area wide open. There are also plenty of cutouts at the bottom of the case as well for cable management. Moving around to the other side of the case, this is where you hide your mess of cables. As you can see, I just stuffed my cables in here with no worries about how they look. I even use cable extensions, which creates more cable hassle, and you still see there's plenty of room. There's room for a full-size power supply as well. This also is where the Lighting Node Pro is stored. In the cages, you'll find there's space for 3 2.5-inch drives and 2 3.5-inch drives. To access the 3.5-inch drive bays, you have to remove the panel at the back of the case via the thumb screw. Open up the panel, slide out the caddies. It's pretty simple. Pretty useful layout here. As far as building in the case go, it was a pretty satisfying experience. As this was my first time building a Micro ATX case and this is my first ITX build, I was pretty taken back by how easy it was to fit everything together inside this beautiful case and how well it turned out. Cable management was a breeze as well. Corsair didn't skip out on the dust filters either, as there's 4 in total covering all the gaps in this case. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with what Corsair has done here. For comparison's sake, this is how big the case is compared to a 6-month-old baby. So, these 6 months, the case is a little less than 2 months. So yeah, So as you can tell, there are some things I do like about the Corsair Crystal 280X and some things I don't like. I think the main thing that I have to deal with might be the price range, because with this one I have the one that came with the Lighting Node Pro and the two LL120 fans. It's pretty up there. For a Micro ATX case, it's $160. For just $20 more, you can get a Corsair Crystal 570X, which is what I actually have behind me right now, and it's just like $179 for that. So I mean, I don't know why you would get this over that, unless you just plan on specifically doing a Micro ATX build. But yeah, that's pretty much it. With that said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call this video quits. This is Joe from Petty Fixes. Drop me a like in the video if you liked the video. Subscribe to my channel. Me and Mike will see y'all in the next one.